Hangouts live on air. Bob Spiro here. This is the Wellness Revolution. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Those that have come back again for a second helping, congratulations. You see, we're here on a mission. The whole purpose is to help you enjoy optimal health while becoming financially free, if you will. You know, there's never been a better time to build a business here. You're going to hear a story tonight about a 7-year-old debt-free company relaunching back here into the USA. And yes, it's absolutely possible that you can. Folks, Hangouts live on air. Bob Spiro here. This is the Wellness Revolution. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hold on a second while I close off the. We're here on a mission. The whole purpose is to help. I had the pleasure of having that open in another window. This is a simulcast, and what that means is it's being broadcast here on our live Flip It Live Hangout page, where it's our mission to put 10,000 people on our team in the next year, and we're going to use technology to do so. This is a most exciting time for us. It's also being broadcast on a blog and a couple of Hangout pages that I have circulated on Facebook fan page groups to build the team's business. You know, the mission is clear. There's a travesty here. You know, you pay a lot of money for medical care and coverage here in the USA, and the costs are just skyrocketing. And people, let's face it, aren't getting any better today. There is a lot more to the story than you might want to realize, it being the truth. You know, my story being, many years ago, I suffered from allergies really bad, and I was on a nasal inhalant, Beckinase, for many, many years, which absolutely worked great. But I knew that it wasn't something I wanted to take for the rest of my life, as, you know, steroids aren't really good for you. So no drugs are good for you. Nobody wakes up in the morning with a Lipitor deficiency. Do you know what I'm saying? So you got to come to the grim reality that there's something wrong in your body, and it comes from what you put in your body. It's the food source and the nutrition, and it can make all the difference in the world to you. You know, I met a man, I knew him for many years, and he made a recommendation at a meeting that I was at. This goes back about 20 years ago, my first exposure to nutrition, if you will. I took his advice. I started taking the supplement he recommended, and don't you know, within 4 weeks I was completely off of my prescription medication, and I never felt better in my life. You know, I also went through the transition where as you reach your mid-40s, you put on a few pounds, you get a little bit slower, maybe your joints ache a little bit so you don't go running or play basketball or golf or things that you might enjoy doing, but then you wake up to the fact that the body can do miraculous things when you put the right nutrients in them. This is what the Wellness Revolution is all about. That when you have high blood pressure and the doctor says you need this drug, well, guess what? You should seek a second opinion, because a majority of sickness and disease today can be attributed to nutritional deficiencies. And if you had your path, which path do I choose, sickness or wellness, which would you choose? What would an extra 10 or 20 years of viable, healthy life mean to you? You know, there's an epidemic, a blatant epidemic going on here in America. It's obesity, and it's because of misinformation that was released because our food supply, our drug supply, our money supply is all controlled. And a revolution means that people are ready and willing and able to embrace and accept change. Yes, X-Fuse is a change. It's a decision. It's an opportunity for you to enjoy optimal health with the next generation of proven in the marketplace products. 7 years in the Far East, in Japan predominantly, but this company blossomed because they recognize the benefits of what these products contain. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, 7 superfoods that they put together in one product in a stroke of absolute genius, as experts who look at this and understand what we did and its ramifications. And then the Pro and the Focus, they add other nutrients to deal with stress, both physical and emotional. And then with memory, your mind, you know, what controls everything. And then to launch the U.S., they needed some more products. They launched it with an energy drink. You know, the kids like energy drinks. The problems being it's all sugar and caffeine. So the revelation of putting healthy energy drink, 33 cents a serving, into water that's absolutely delicious. I won't go a day without the Zilla. It's absolutely phenomenal. The next thing they did was coffee. Okay, no, I think it was a Shapewear shake, if you will. 4 sources of protein with all those other nutrients in there, probiotics. You know, you get on these products, they will change your life. I can't make any medical claims, but I can tell you, you'll never feel better after you take our products, guaranteed, 30 days of your money back. And then, as I mentioned, coffee, but not just coffee, freshly brewed gourmet coffee, served instantly. This is the most revolutionary breakthrough in coffee technology in 100 years, folks. And we own the patent on it. Well, patent pending, if you will. Coffee is delicious. It has Ganoderma mushrooms. Just Google it for its health benefits. They're world renowned. You're going to want to drink this coffee whether you drink coffee or not because of what we put in it. Absolutely. So with no further ado, I'm sure you can see I'm excited, and there's good reason. There's no hype here. The reality is I'm 66 years old. I'm drug-free. I feel great, like I felt like when I was in my 40s. I feel like I've been reborn. And I'm on a mission to help people feel the same way. There's no need to be overburdened with drugs. You go to the doctors, you have a symptom, they treat it with a drug that masks the symptom, but you still have the same problem. You didn't cure anything. Well, then you got a side effect, and then guess what? They give you a second drug, and then a third drug, and a fourth drug. And I've seen 10, 15, 20 prescriptions given to people. It's sad when people have to decide between paying the rent and buying food or buying their drugs. This is America. You have a choice, and you can't afford not to be on these products. So with no further ado, we're spearheading the U.S. launch here, and I'd like to introduce you to some of my esteemed colleagues on this panel. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we're going to start out first with my good buddy out there, Gio Pizzo. Say a few words to the folks. Tell them your background, your story, and why you're here tonight, Gio. Thanks so much.
Thank you for the kind words there, Bob. You're doing an awesome job here. This is all new to us, but we're loving it. But, well, I'll give you my story in a nutshell. Okay, I've tried to get this down so I've got it condensed. My background's in the hair care industry, 33 years. I used to own a salon spa back in Connecticut years ago. I moved to Pittsburgh, got married. My wife does hair. Most of my family members are in the hair business. And all along the time of doing that, since around 79 or 80, 1980, I've also been networking predominantly in the nutrition industry because I, like you, I believe that you take care of your body. We don't need all of those things called drugs. Those aren't medicines, by the way. Medicines are natural. Drugs are manufactured. At any rate, finally, Mark Kotler, who's here with us tonight, he's my enroller here. He and I were both involved in a couple of companies years ago. The same one you were involved with the Goji company there. And we had a good home run there, and with another company we did really well. And then since then it's just been kind of like trying to find the home, not another deal, but a home. Well, Mark found me, or got back in touch with me here back in April of this year, and I didn't want to hear it. He just went 5-6 weeks blowing up my phone, finally got to me. And the only way I could get rid of the guy was to call him back and give him a piece of my mind. There he is. Well, anyway, what ended up happening was, make a long story a lot shorter, he said, look, I know this guy, Eddie Freeman. He's the top guy on the planet. And I said, look, that's great, Mark. He said, hold on. Next thing I know, I'm on the phone with Eddie Freeman. And I listened. I had it on speakerphone. Carol, my wife, was listening as well. And he offered to fly us out to the company down in Florida and just kind of see for ourselves, eyeball to eyeball, just what XFuse International really is and who they are and what they've done for 7 years, which is an amazing track record to base off of and where they're going. And I got turned on again because after 30 whatever years of networking, I kind of got tired of the yo-yo up and down. Maybe some people out there are watching or listening can relate to that. XFuse International is completely different. It's a backward story, in my opinion. I'm going to turn it over back to you, Bob, and if you want, Mark can probably pick up from there and add his 2 cents to it. But I'm here because it's authentic, it's real, and the timing's just impeccable. And I'm grateful to work with all of you people. Back to
Thanks
you.
so much, Gio. That certainly is true. Absolute impeccable timing. You know, debt-free company, 7 years, proven products in the marketplace where 97% of the people just don't even know about our company. And if they had their druthers, they'd certainly rather be on these products than others because they pioneered the extraction technology. The reason these products work so good is because rather than use concentrate, they use extraction. Okay, they use only the raw ingredients where the active materials are. Much more potent, much more powerful, very low economical using costs, and a very simple, easy business building plan. I'm going to turn it over to the guy spearheading the U.S. Operation here, directly under the #1 income earner, Eddie Freeman, who has been on our Hangouts, as a matter of fact. He supports our team and your team when you join and bring it over here and learn about the movement. Say hi to Mark Kotler. He'll tell you his story. Over to you, buddy.
Can you hear me okay, Bob?
Coming in loud and clear, and you're looking handsome tonight.
Great, great. Thank you very much. And I'm glad everybody's here tonight. Thank you for coming, everybody, tonight. We really appreciate that so much. I've been in the industry for over 30 years myself, and I hit a couple home runs through the years. I also hit some, I struck out also. There's a lot of companies out there, and there's companies, startup companies that usually don't make it. This company's been around for 50 years, and it's just too late. It's too late to catch the boat on those companies. You want to be, it's all about timing, being at the right time in anything in life. Just like Microsoft, if you would have bought the stock, you know, before Microsoft, right when it got started, you would have been set for life. Well, I kind of feel like that's what we have here. We have a debt-free 7-year-old company, as Gio was saying. Most of the business is done over in Asia, overseas, and now they're reverse launching into the U.S. with these wonderful products that Bob's talked about. We have the most incredible products I've ever seen in the industry, and everybody else on the call will attest to that, and you'll be hearing the most amazing testimonial this evening. And the products are just life-changing products. The integrity of the owners. Eddie, who brought me into the business, is the #1 guy in the world, and I brought in Gio and on down. So we're all very close to the top. So you couldn't be in a better position. You couldn't be with better products, with a better company, and a better timing. And then you have this Google Hangout with Bob every week, so you could just literally build your team just by bringing your people on there and letting us do the work. So we have everything in place. We have everything necessary for this to happen. We're so excited because the U.S. is just about to explode, and what happened overseas it's going to happen here within the next 24 to 36 months. So if you're looking for a home, we absolutely have a home for you, and we would love to work with you and help you in every way we can. And I would like to turn it back to Bob, and if there's any questions later, I'll be happy to jump back on. So I couldn't be happier than, I'm just so happy to be here. So thank you so much.
Hey, Mark, we certainly appreciate your leadership and what you do for us on the team and your contributions to our Hangout. Now, I believe documentation beats speculation, and what I have is actually an honor this evening. I've got 2 young ladies that have some experience with taking our products, and they're just like me and you, except they were blessed when someone said, hey, have you ever tried this? Okay, and invited them perhaps over to their house, or were visiting, or maybe they did it long distance. The beauty of this Hangout is we all built the business, and we all should share the business with folks and people we know and come into contact with. But the reality is there's millions of people in the world, and there's 1.2 billion people on this platform every week. We run a Facebook event, and it sponsors a Google Hangout. So you have the opportunity to invite people, both from the contacts that you have, and then I'll be discussing our secret weapon before we wrap it up tonight. But with no further ado, Eden Myers, please give us a little bit about your background, where you're from, what you were doing before you got into XFuse, and what your product testimonial is. Folks are very anxious to hear it.
Well, hi, Bob. Thanks for having me here. It's very exciting. I'm very grateful to be here. My background is I'm a coach and a wellness advocate. I grew up, my family always had a big garden, and my mom canned, and she made homemade bread, you know, a real healthy lifestyle, and that I'm very grateful for too. So I carried that on through my life. I have people that ask me, well, how did you get into the profession of being a coach and a wellness advocate? But that was the beginning of it all. And Gio and his wife Carol, they actually introduced me to X-Fuse, and my main interest was in the green Zilla, because it contains an amazing superfood called AFA, blue-green algae. AFA is short for Aphanizomenon flossaqua, which means blossoming flower of the water. Yeah, yeah. And the company that I work with is called E3 Live, and they harvest this AFA blue-green algae. So when I saw that that was in the Zilla, the green Zilla, I was like, whoa, got to check this out. Because being involved with a company that harvests something so nutrient dense and wildcrafted and basic, amazing to nature, I was like, well, I got to check this other company out. And I found Zilla roots in it and the AFA blue-green algae, other nourishing ingredients like aloe and ginseng extract. When these things are all combined, I believe that it really makes a very cutting-edge technology, as X-Fuse puts it. And Dr. Joe, who works with us in X-Fuse and educates us in these products and what their ingredients do for the body, he explains that hydration and how very important it is for a wholesome lifestyle. And a wholesome is for the whole, that means for the whole body. And water, I mean, gosh, our brains are like 70% water, our blood is 80% water. The brain, I was really surprised to learn that the brain is 75% water, and then the liver is 96% water. So I believe that when they say that Zilla was formulated with hydration in mind. Our bodies need water just to perform basic functions, and so staying hydrated is very key in helping us just to have adequate levels of energy. I know there's been times in my life that I was extremely busy throughout the day, and early in the evening I'm like feeling really bad and tired, trying to figure out why. And I realized because I didn't drink very much water that day. So I would drink some water, and I started to feel better right away. So there it is. You know, hydration is so very, very important. Again, energy, and it helps to lubricate our joints. It regulates our body heat and our hormones. It just affects so many different functions of our body. And during the day, our bodies lose like 12 cups of water. They say that we should drink a ½ ounce of water per pound of body weight. And to a lot of people, that seems like a good bit of water. But if you have something as amazing as Zilla, just a little squirt in there, and it adds wonderful flavor and nutrients. It's very, you know, just very beneficial and healthy for our body. So I believe that, and I, you know, I share this with people daily out there, being with them and talking about the AFA blue-green algae and the Zilla, that it takes consistent effort on our part to have good health. And so as a coach and a wellness advocate, I really encourage people to take the steps to better health. And it's really much simpler than we think it is. And so the sooner we start, the sooner we're going to start feeling better. Again, you know, this Zilla is just, I can't say it any better. It's just amazing. And I believe that all around it's healthy, it nourishes, and it's a hydrating drink that we should have like right in our hand by our side throughout the day. It's just as simple as that. So yeah, that's my testimony, Bob, and back to you. I appreciate it.
Eden, thanks so much. But you know, actually, all the products work synergistically. But not having Zilla is a sin, because let's face it, not everybody likes to drink water. It's not as appetizing as we all might imagine it to be. So we look for other things, but you put a squirt of that Zilla in, and it's absolutely delicious. You know, here's another funny thing. I use Zilla. I'll squirt it into Suma and use it to flavor the Suma, if you will. Getting the combination of both of them. And I understand it's good in the Shapewear shakes, if you want. I ordered some Shapewear shake because every one of the products adds something that works synergistically towards optimal health. And you have no idea what that's like until you experience it. And you have to ask yourself, why are all the athletes, the Olympic athletes, raving about XFuse products, especially the Zilla? Because it gives them that edge, that little edge. And I think we all need an edge in life. Now, it's an honor and a privilege to introduce our next guest. This is a very, very special person. Listen intently. Take notes about what this woman is going to share with you, because it can change your life starting tonight. I had the pleasure of chatting with Carrie before I joined the business. And, you know, while we can't make health claims and we only can share our own stories, the stories of people that employ what we recommend are nothing short of life altering. Now, I won't take any of Carrie's thunder. I'll let her tell her story. So with great honor and respect for you, we love what you do in the pursuit of sharing our mission and offering people a viable alternative. Carrie, would you be so kind to tell people who you are, where you're from, and why you're on this panel tonight? What are, you know, your experience has been with the XFuse products, please?
Sure, absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm from Savannah, Georgia, and I lived in Mystic, Connecticut for most of my adult life. But then I have 5 children. My 2 youngest sons went to Savannah College of Art and Design, so that's when we moved to Savannah. We've been a lot warmer since we moved down here, so it's a wonderful place. Although I have a feeling we may be moving to southern Florida at some point in the next couple of years, because there seems to be a lot of activity down there, and that's where corporate is with XFuse. But we thank God every day for XFuse. They're, like everyone else has said, they are amazing products. I can attest firsthand with myself. I grew up on an organic farm, so I had all the vital nutrients that I thought were complete, but I was still a sickly child. And then even as an adult, I had like 10 medical conditions wrong with me. And I was taking probably over $150 worth of vitamins, minerals, herbs every month, and I still had, my lungs were still compromised. I had whooping cough as a child, so even as an adult, and when I went into the doctors, they'd take chest x-rays and they'd ask me, how many packs of cigarettes do you smoke? And I didn't smoke. And I wouldn't even be able to have this conversation with you a number of years ago because I'd be coughing the whole time. I had ADHD. I had a real hard time concentrating, and I could maybe concentrate for half an hour to an hour on something, but that was about it, the extent of it. Now I can concentrate for hours. I also was allergic to the sun. I couldn't even go out in the sun for more than 2 minutes, or I would be broken out and uncomfortable for like a 2-week period. I was that allergic to the sun. And oh my gosh, I have to write things down to remember all the things that I had wrong with me. I was pre-diabetic, and I also had migraines. I was so anemic, I didn't even have iron in my bone marrow. And so I was never able to give blood and help any other individuals. And then, of course, with that were the migraines, and I had horrible sinus conditions constantly. And so on and on it went until about 7 years ago, my husband came across the XFuse products, and he decided to bring them into our home. And he opened the bottle one day, and I kind of looked at him strangely, and he poured it and he put it in my face, and I started to drink it, and within about a week and a half I started to feel better, but I really didn't know exactly why. But then I found out later, because I went and worked with holistic practitioners for a couple of years, that it was because of the my body was totally out of imbalance because of all the toxins that it gets hit with. And what the Exfuse products do is they give your body what it needs, the raw materials, to bring it into balance so that it'll operate miraculously. And when your body's in balance, it's amazing what it will do, and that includes your pH balance. And when your body's in pH balance, disease cannot grow. So here we are, about a year and a half into taking 3/4 of an ounce of Exfuse 7 Plus Pro every day, and I'm feeling the best I've ever felt. And I had a friend who had some children that were hit by an SUV, and they needed people to give blood, and I had never been able to give blood my whole life. So I'm saying to myself, I feel better than I've ever felt. Maybe it's a possibility I'm no longer anemic, so I'm going to see if I can give blood. So I went in to see if I could give blood, and I explained to them my situation, that I'd always been anemic. And their comment was to me, well, I don't know what you're concerned about because you have an incredible blood count. And so then a couple years, more years go by, and I get absolutely phenomenal. So then I have my lungs tested, the capacity of my lungs, and they're above average for someone my age. I'm 60 years old. I feel like I'm 20 years old. And a fun part of all of this is I had a friend that hadn't seen me in 5 years, and she said, Carrie, I don't know what you're doing, but you look a lot younger now than you did 5 years ago. And I have to say that I don't feel like I'm getting older. I feel like I'm getting stronger and younger with each passing year. And so I have some other incredible things that have happened with my family. I have a daughter that wouldn't be with us today if it wasn't for our Exfuse products, and it's just amazing to see her, running 5Ks and winning trophies. And my husband, who was not well and who's now well and is off all his medication, and so on and so forth. We're not supposed to give third-party testimonies, but in general, I can speak of the different scenarios. My dad, he was on 21 medications. He didn't even want to be around anymore. He felt like he was just living to make medicine and take medicine, and he wasn't even feeling well. And now he's 86, and he's off of almost all of his medications, and he's riding his bike 8 miles a day in Key West, Florida. So, and he's 86 years old. So it's just, there's no end to what can happen when you start taking these incredible products. So what they do is they give your body the raw material that it needs to function optimally. And it's not just your health that you get back, it's your life that you get back. I mean, I have a granddaughter in high school, and she loves to dance around the living room for hours, and I keep right up with her, and it's just phenomenal. So I don't know if you have any more questions, if there's anything else you want me to share, but
well, that's a revelation. Now, you said you used to take 10 or 12 medications. Are you still taking any medications, or were you able to?
I was taking about $150 worth of vitamins, minerals, and herbs, and I still had 10 medical conditions.
Yeah.
And now I don't take any of those. All I take is my performance. Well, now I also take Focus, but at the time that I had the 10 medical conditions that I got rid of them, they didn't even have Focus at that point.
The Pro did it.
The Pro, 3/4 of an ounce a day is all I was taking.
Shocking.
And the more I found out later, the more I took, the faster I probably would have gotten well.
Yeah. The body is an amazing. We are all amazing. We all are great, and we all have it inside us.
It's true. Good. You put good in, you get good out. You put bad in, you get bad out. It's just that simple. But these products are so pure and they're so clean, and the fact that they're in extract form if you think about an extract and how little that you need when you bake with, say vanilla extract, and there's no added sugar or anything, it just that's where the power is, and in the synergy of them all working together, just absolutely. You look up just one of the ingredients and infuse any one of them is amazing in themselves. Never mind all of them together, and it's not anything that you can buy in a grocery store. They're wild crafted from all over the world.
If you had any recommendations for people that might be suffering or struggling with various conditions and under the doctor's care and whatnot, but know that they would like to have a change in their life, can you give our viewers one or two words of recommendation? Where would you get started, and how were you able to, how long a time period was it that you were able to get off all the medications?
I'd say it was about 1.5 years, but it was gradual. Part of it was funny because part of it I didn't even realize. I was sitting on the couch one day with my husband, and he said, honey, because, this is something that I had that I didn't mention. I had severe acid reflux. He said, honey, how's your acid reflux been? I was on Prilosec. I used to pop it like candy. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, I haven't had to take Prilosec in like 2 months. And so it's not immediate, but when it happens, it's phenomenal, because now you're not treating the symptom, which is what a pharmaceutical will do. You're actually feeding your body what it needs to heal itself. It doesn't heal you, but it gives your body what it needs to heal itself. And so that's the difference. You don't just get rid of the symptom, you actually get rid of the disease. And that's the part that I find so amazing. So if it takes a little bit longer for that to happen, it's totally worth the trade-off.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we're proud to have you aboard. Your story is an inspiration. It needs to be told, and I'd be glad to help you get the word out. Obviously, this is the intention of this platform. Just invite guests. Let them hear the story here. Know that we're real people. Our major intent and focus is to help you get healthy. When you understand and get what's going on here, you can build a real business just by tuning in once a week and inviting guests and friends to do the same thing. The next thing is the fear of rejection is completely eliminated by using technology with your Text Your Way to a Fortune. I don't know if you can see this okay. Let me know. There it is. You can kind of the XFuse app, if you will. Well, with an iPhone or an iPad, you can download this device, or to this device, software. You can use the contacts you have, or you can add contacts, or you can share either a business building or a product related video. The beauty is it tracks all the people. You can send broadcasts to them. When you have an event like this is an event, you can begin to create your own events for your own teams as you begin to duplicate using these tools in this process. But it also, the thing that I really like is in the XD Challenge, it gives healthy menus and suggestions on how to be healthy, and snacks and ways to eat right. If you'd like to lose weight or just get in optimal shape, if you want to work out and you can't because you don't have the energy, there's good reason. You don't have the right fuel. Success in life and in business, especially in health, comes with the decision. Make the decision that you're going to join the wellness revolution and employ technology to spread the word. There's absolutely no reason why you can't employ an unlimited amount of people, helping them in their daily toil with life, and what makes life valuable. Okay, ask yourself that question. What makes life valuable? What's your most valuable asset? And what most people will say is their business, their bank account, their house. Their house is an investment. Well, it's actually not. It's a liability until you have income from it or it's paid off. Just listen to Rich Dad, Poor Dad and understand the nature of the game, if you will. You have to change your thinking. If you're still on all those meds and you're listening to doctors, well, maybe you're not getting any better. I've seen it just be a negative deterioration of health. The more we can give you, the better it is. It doesn't cost anything. My insurance will take care of it. Oh my gosh, what a mistake. You can actually get your products paid for here. You don't even have to sign up as a member or a distributor, if you will. You just find 4 people who want to be healthy and use these phenomenal products. 4 people that want to drink coffee or drink more water, healthy, healthy. That Green Zill is just totally awesome. And I wouldn't go a day without the Pro or the Focus. And I can't wait to give you the report the next couple of weeks. I just ordered the Shapeways shake. So with that in mind, we'll call it a wrap today. I'll let Gio say a few words, Mark say a few words, and then we'll let you folks go for the evening. And this will be recorded if you'd like to share it all week long on this same platform. What a great revelation. Let us build your business for you. Just bring the people. They will join. Over to you, Gio.
All right, thank you, Bob. Doing a great job there. I just want to say this one thing. I'm really happy to have Eden as part of our team and Carrie as part of the Eden, X-Fuse family. And of course, my awesome enroller there, Mark Kotler, who lives here in Pittsburgh as well. I can just say this. If you want something that's genuine and it's real, something that's going to sustain and be here for the long term, it's an amazing company of people. It starts from the top all the way down, all the way through customer support and everybody else. But the support is unfounded. You won't get any better support than any team. We're connected right to the top of the company with the owners and with Eddie Freeman directly. Mark, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Gio. And thank you for all that you do. You're an amazing leader. And Bob, all that you do. And Eden and Carrie, thank you so much. You know what? I think it'd be really, why don't we have Carrie close us out? Carrie's been with the company 7 years. She knows the owners. Would people be making the right choice by getting involved with this company, Carrie, from the integrity you know of the company? Why don't you just say like about 2 minutes of why, out of all the companies in America, this is the best choice for anybody? I think you'd be the perfect one since you're the veteran here.
Well, I'll tell you, I've seen some amazing things over the last 7 years, but one thing that always stands true is that the Cotton brothers are amazing. If it wasn't for them, their dad being sick, then figuring out how to put these products together. But it's not a company. I don't feel that it's a company. It feels like a family. And that is a huge difference from anything else I've ever done. I've owned companies myself, and I've worked in the corporate world, but this company has the best feel to it, if that makes any sense to any of you, that I've ever witnessed. And everyone opens up their arms to you, and everyone helps each other. Whether it doesn't matter who's located where, and who's under who or above or below. We all just get in there and we help each other, and that is just something you don't always see. You also don't typically see where the owners or the corporate side work so closely with the distributors. I mean, if we have any kind of an issue, they are open, they are willing to learn, they want things to be the absolute best for us. If we make a suggestion, they take it into consideration, and they make changes as needed. And it is just a phenomenal group of people that we work with, and the integrity is just sky high as far as I'm concerned. But again, like I said, I feel like God put X-Fuse in our lives, and in all of these new family members that we're associated with, and you're all included in that. But amazing, amazing company, and I see them have to make decisions, and they always, take everything into consideration. And for what I've seen over the last 7 years, they've made all the right decisions. So it's phenomenal. And what's amazing about it is they really don't even need the United States. They're so successful already over in all the Pacific Rim countries where they know what these ingredients are, and they've studied them for thousands of years. And now they're doing this incredible relaunch in the United States. It's a perfect storm. So come on in and join our family.
Wow, that's a great story. Carrie, thanks so much for all your contribution. and your success, both in your health and in your business building. Everyone in XFuse is welcome to employ this technology and this platform. We love you all for hanging in here and watching this phenomenal presentation. Just be back here a week from now. Invite some guests. Share the goodness of the XFuse products and the wonderful business opportunity. After all, it's all about having more time, freedom, and money while enjoying optimal health. The wellness revolution is waiting for you. On that, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.